Welcome back to Crypto Atlas, your daily source for crypto whale alerts, crypto market news, and DeFi gems. And today we've got a blockbuster movement in XRP to kick things off. Yes, a huge whale just shifted tens of millions of XRP, and we'll dig into what that could mean. Then we'll dive into the broader on-chain signals for XRP's network, followed by some institutional moves, yes, ETFs in custody, that could shape the next few weeks. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, here's the headline. A transfer of 22,084,995 XRP that was worth roughly $56 million moved from the exchange BitGet to an unknown wallet. And according to the transaction link on Whale Alert, the sending address was BitGet, and the destination is an address that's currently anonymous. That kind of size? That's a whale playing big. So what could this mean? First possibility, the whale is withdrawing from exchange custody, perhaps moving to cold storage. This could be a bullish signal suggesting long-term holding. On the other hand, the unknown wallet status means it could be an over-the-counter party or some intermediary. So it's not automatically a hold for long signal, but it is worth attention. What really has me fired up is that the movement comes at a time when XRP's on-chain metrics are flashing interesting signals. So this might not be an isolated event. We also know from recent on-chain data that whale net outflows have stabilized for XRP, suggesting the heavy selling pressure may be easing. Combine that with a major wallet moving 22 million plus XRP, and you've got something the radar should pick up. So, here's what I'm watching, the next move of that wallet. If it redeposits into another exchange or starts breaking into smaller pieces for selling, that's a potential red flag. If instead it sits dormant or is relocked, then we might be looking at accumulation. So keep your eyeballs on the wallet's subsequent behavior. And before we move on, I want to let you guys know I do have a referral link for a crypto exchange down in the description below. This is called DTCC. It's been around for 13 years, over 300 crypto futures, up to 500x leverage. There's a sign-up bonus. Also, if you want to stay updated, you can check out my Telegram. Both of those links are in the description down below. Okay, so moving into the next piece, it's not just whales moving, there's a broader narrative brewing with XRP's network. Recent data shows over 21,000 new wallets created in just 48 hours, marking the fastest wallet growth in 8 months. It's interesting because it suggests renewed interest or at least activity in the ecosystem. Also, Dom Kwok from EZA posted that XRP moving the most off of government reopening news shows you where demand is. That's a sharp take, and honestly, it tracks. As soon as talks started circulating about the US Senate pushing to reopen the government, XRP price action reacted faster than most majors. It's like traders instantly connected the dots. Reopening equals liquidity, liquidity equals risk on appetite, and XRP seems to be one of the biggest beneficiaries. That's telling you that demand for fast, efficient settlement assets is back on the radar. When the economy is waking up, money wants to move faster, and XRP's whole point is to move money fast. So yeah, the whale move lining up with this timing isn't just a coincidence. It's almost like insiders or early movers were already positioning before sentiment flipped bullish. And then, boom, Lord XRP drops this massive bomb. Donald Trump signs the deal to integrate cryptos like XRP into the US payment system. If that headline holds weight, that's seismic. We're talking about the potential for XRP to be part of official government payment infrastructure, not just speculative trading. Now, of course, we're still waiting for confirmation details. There is the video with Donald Trump signing, so that makes it a lot more concrete here. But the rumor alone and how this impacts things is sending social sentiment through the roof. And XRP Twitter exploded, tons of bullish energy, memes, that classic let's go rally cry. The takeaway here is that political and institutional alignment is finally starting to favor digital payments. And XRP keeps being the center of that conversation. That alone explains why whales might be repositioning now rather than later. Then next, The Bull Runners HQ tweet. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse just announced that Ripple is entering the $120 trillion corporate treasury payments market. Let that sink in. 120 trillion. That's not a typo. That's basically all the idle capital big corporations park globally for treasury operations. If Ripple starts facilitating even a fraction of that with XRP liquidity, we're talking exponential scale. This move transforms XRP from a cross-border payments token into a global liquidity backbone for enterprise finance. So while everyone's focused on ETF approvals, Ripple's literally saying we're going to be the plumbing behind how the world moves corporate money. That's massive. And right after that, Cointelegraph confirms Bitwise, Franklin Templeton, 21 shares, Canary Capital, and CoinShare XRP ETFs are now listed on the DTCC platform. That's huge because DTCC, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, is the actual backbone of the US financial system. If ETFs are listed there, that means they're operationally ready. This isn't a maybe someday event, it's infrastructure level readiness. That's like the final checklist item before public trading goes live. No wonder whales are stacking up. Now, Ripple's ID comes in with another big update. XRPL embraces native layer 1 smart contracts, enhancing scalability and functionality while recording over 100 million ledgers. This is an underrated headline here. Smart contracts mean XRP Ledger isn't just a payments rail anymore. It's evolving into a programmable ecosystem. That means dApps, tokenization, DeFi tools, all directly on-chain without needing sidechains. That's the next step in true network utility, not just speculation. Then, major firms are preparing to introduce XRP ETFs in the US, signifying a key regulatory breakthrough. That phrase, regulatory breakthrough, is key. It suggests the tide's turning in Washington. For years, XRP's been caught in that legal gray zone. Now with ETFs being prepared, it's signaling that the big players see clarity coming. When funds like BlackRock or Franklin Templeton sniff approval, that's usually because they've already seen the green light behind closed doors. And then Ripple Zaidi follows up again. 5-spot XRP ETFs enter DTCC active queue. Active queue means they're not just listed, they're in the final stages before trading goes live. That's a procedural green light. This is how Bitcoin ETFs looked days before approval. The pattern's identical. If you were wondering why we're seeing $50 million plus whale transfers, this right here is the reason. Smart money front runs public listings. And finally, amongst tweet who posted saying acting CFTC chair confirms push to launch leveraged spot crypto trading on regulated exchanges. That's the cherry on top. Leveraged spot trading means US investors could soon have access to regulated leverage on coins like XRP. No offshore workarounds, no shady venues. It opens floodgates for volume and institutional liquidity. Between this, the ETF infrastructure, and Ripple's corporate treasury pivot, it's clear why the smart money is moving right now. XRP isn't just following the market, it's quietly positioning to lead it. And just taking a quick look here at the price movement for XRP, it is up, baby. It is up over 6% on the day. It was up even more earlier, sitting above $2.50. A lot of good news coming out for XRP. The government shutdown, if that actually does fully go through, which it appears like it is, as far as I'm able to read, then that also is going to be bullish for a lot of the market. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Share your thoughts with us down in the comments below. And you can also find me on Blue Sky at Crypto Atlas. That's in the description along with those other links I mentioned earlier. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members. God bless, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.